PSG, take some of that punch, sit your ass down somewhere. You already know what time it is, bro. Manchester City serve up a can of second half whoop ass to PSG. And we're about to get into this. Blue is our city, Manchester City fan channel. Bro, we're going to be talking about this PSG versus, or Manchester City rather, versus PSG semi-final match. And you can tell I'm feeling so good about the moment right now as a City fan. I'm super turned up after we just managed to pull off that victory. It was not a pretty win, but we're gonna get into this match. So yo, let's get into it, bro. Like, coming into the match, a lot of people was worried, but I'm gonna tell you why I wasn't worried. I wasn't worried because of the progression that the team has made, but now that we here, I wanted to win, bro. And it was not a pretty match, but at the end of the day, we got the job done as Manchester City, and we got a chance to get some payback, if you will, on Pochettino, and then continue serving up Paris Saint-Germain just like we did 5 years ago. But let's get into this, bro. So, yo, starting off the match, as the match begins, or let's say a little bit before the match begins, I get the news about the starting lineup, and I'm looking at myself. I'm like, yo, what is going on here, yo? We got no further, no Rodri. He put Rodri in there, which was a bold move by itself. But then, yo, he went with the back four. My man, Emerick Laporte, yo, you did your thing, son. I even made a video about you. I think it was your time up. But Pep decided to go with John, and I ain't going to even fault him for that, because I know Pep understands two things. One is, if John's in form and John's ready to continue building upon what John's been doing this year, Pep let him rock. And honestly, yo, it takes a whole lot of moxie to sit somebody down after they just got the game winner for you. But me as a City fan, I ain't gonna care either way, long as we get the job done. And man, so that was one of the first things I was concerned about. João Cancelo, if you will, over Zinchenko. Man, I was a little kind of, you know, I even said in my video, I watched other City fan channel videos, I think a lot of people was expecting Zinchenko to start this game. And I don't know what Pep was thinking about, but Pep decided to go with João Cancelo. So he does his thing, and I can understand that. But I was a little kind of thrown off by that. But decided to go with the false nine setup. A lot of people was thinking that maybe this would be the game for Jesus. And after the first half, you might have been one of those people. But Pep decided to go with the false nine. But I thought there was an interesting comment that he made prior to the game starting on the pitch. He basically talked about not wanting to get too high, too high or too low as far as the mood around the team. They have a plan as a team. They want to be strong. They want to stick to their guns and do what they do. But he also mentioned that, yo, if we lose the game, everybody's gonna be like, yo, it's because you ain't got no striker. If you win the game, they're gonna be like, good job, yo. And at the first half, yo, at the halftime, bro, I'm thinking like, yo, we about to lose this game, and everybody gonna say it's because we got no striker. But in true Manchester City fashion, especially this year, yo, this team knows how to make you wait. This team, you could be going psychologically crazy one in the moment to be like, yo, it has to be seized. It has to be, we have to take upon this opportunity to cash in, yo. But Manchester City just know how to just frustrate us as fans in the first half. They make us wait, but in the end, patience is rewarded. But yo, it was not good first start off 10 minutes. And, you know, honestly, let me even talk about this real quick before I even get to that. Yo, Pochettino, shockingly, even in my preview, I talked about having Gana Gueye and Verratti in there. I didn't think he was going to do that, but he decided to go with that. One of those choices just lost his mind and was definitely out of here. But Verratti was doing this thing. But, yo, I was surprised that he did not have Julian Drexler in this match. And we're going to talk about that later on as we go through this preview. But I thought that was definitely an interesting choice by Pochettino. So, match starts first minute, I think, 55 seconds. I think it was a moment where Rodri, I'm watching the game trying to, you know, do what I got to do. But it's like, yo, Rodri has the ball. Basically, it leads to a turnover. It's kind of like one of these Rodri moments where you're like, yo, what the hell, bro? Like, you always sometimes start off the game being kind of shaky, but Rodri starts it off. It ends up being a turnover. Neymar gets it on the left side, and I think 1 minute and 55 seconds, we already feeling it as City fans. Like, yo. This is what Neymar can bring to the table. And luckily, it was right at Edison. But, yo, the jitters was on right after the first minute and a half. Luckily, City started finding themselves, especially in possession, around the first 10 minutes. So after that moment, we kind of going through the match in a little bit, and we start finding ourselves there as far as possession. But in the first 10 minutes, obviously Neymar had the best opportunity. Now, with that being said, this is where everything kind of flipped. In a sense, like right after that first 10 minutes, you could see Paris Saint-Germain just started getting real comfortable in this game. And I'm literally going crazy because as you watch City play, especially when we play in the Prem, you don't really see teams kind of play around us or play through us the way Paris Saint-Germain did. A little bit of like what Chelsea did in the FA Cup, but I thought that they were just money as far as the way they were passing the ball through the lines. Yo, they started getting extra confident with they pass, and we start seeing flicks and tricks, you know, later on in the first half. But you could tell after that first 10 minutes, they was not rattled at all. And even if we were kind of selectively pressing them, at times we were sitting back, at times we were trying to win the ball, but they were just passing the ball right around us. And I said to myself, yo, I was like, yo, we look slow defensively. But I think what happens right at 15 minutes, oh my God, adio mio, bro. This is when like City fans' hearts just dropped. 15 minutes. They basically had a good corner opportunity. Di Maria puts the corner in, and then Marquinhos, out of all people, after what he just did to Bayern, just headed right on target, back of the net, 1-0. And I'm saying to myself, no, I don't want this to happen. But as City fans, yo, it was a rough time right there because they scored 15 minutes and they already getting comfortable on the ball passing through us. And then when you kind of look at the replay and you kind of slow it down and you're able to watch the game, you can see that we're doing this zone marking scheme. And I think Ilkay Gundogan couldn't get close enough to Marquinhos because he basically had lost Marquinhos. Let me know if you guys thought the mistake was really with Diaz. Did you think Rodri should have some responsibility in there? Or was it Ilkay Gundogan? Because me personally, I think he just lost Marquinhos. So that happened. But, yo, I thought PSG just looked way too comfortable in the first half. And keeping it all the way a stack with you, I think Manchester City, we didn't get our first chance, really till I want to say right around the 41st minute of a really good chance where, it was crazy. It's like PSG is trying to play out the back. We end up getting the ball. Basically, Bernardo Silva has it. He's on the right side. He's driving toward the center, lays it right on the plate for Phil Foden. You know I'm never going to get out my man Phil Foden because I really believe you got to at least hit the target. So Phil Foden definitely hit the target, but it was right at Naves, and oh my God, that was a beautiful opportunity. And I just wish Phil would have slotted that a little bit to the right side or the left side, whatever have you, but not straight, son. But at the end of the day, I must say it was a good moment. It was good to see because we have nothing going for us in the first half. And even though I watched the game over here, I think we're using Paramount Plus over here in the States, it's like I'm watching the game and then at halftime, I always kind of like turn on YouTube and see what other City fan channels, mad people shit in the bed, mad people going crazy, talking about, we need to do this, that I will say, I'm going to keep it all the way real as I possibly can on this channel because one thing I think all City fans really do this is that we tend to be very positive. We don't want to be ultimately like super negative. I try to do a bit of a balance to where I'm going to keep it real, but I'm never going to slander my team like that. But, we were absolute trash in the first half. And I'm watching these other YouTube channels. People like, we look bad slow, which I would totally agree with. We look so slow. And I've been saying this on other videos, like what's going on with our counter-attacking opportunities. But it just wasn't meant to be. And I mean, not for nothing, I ain't gonna even hold you. I was like going crazy after that. I'm like, he needs to make changes because we look so slow, especially in counter-attacking opportunities. It kind of makes season, if we have the ball on the wing, what are we doing with it? Besides just passing the ball back. You know how we look extra casual sometimes when we passing the ball back. But I'm watching the other City channels. People get mad like, Zinchenko should have been started, which I totally agree with. But he should have brought Sterling on, or KDB needs to come back. And I think even Micah Richards said that. Micah Richards said that, honestly, he felt like Kevin De Bruyne should kind of step back a little bit and play in the midfield to help us a little bit in there. But, obviously that we couldn't even break because Foden and Mahrez were so far back like fullbacks that they were just pinning us back to where even if we did get the ball, who are we going to pass the ball to? Because there was absolutely nobody up front. There's so many times I can tell you that there was nobody up front in the first half, and it was frustrating. I remember watching in the 8th minute of the game, and I'm like, nobody up front again, but it is what it is. So everybody shit in the bed the first half, but in typical Manchester City fashion, especially this year, every time, we like, something needs to change. We need to do this. We need to do that. Sometimes you got to admire Pep's patience because Pep, honestly, like he doesn't really just freak out and start making changes in the first 40, like going into the second half. He'll at least give them 10 or 15 minutes. But sometimes, you be wanting him to be like, just change it at halftime. 45 minutes, get this person on. We need a striker. Nobody's in the box. John Costello ain't doing it for me. Rodri making sloppy passes. Elkan Gundogan can't really get in the game. Need you to change something. But Pep is like, just slow down, slow down. I'm going to go in the back. I'm going to talk to the lads. We're going to shore up a few things to start locking up possession so that way we have the ball, and PSG is going to do what they do, which is going to be running out of stamina. Because I should really name this video running out of stamina because they absolutely did absolutely nothing. So when was the turning point of this match? The turning point, in my opinion, was right at the 60th minute of the match. And I just got to look at my notes real quick. So part if you guys see that on stream, because I'm going to make sure, or because you see it on screen, I want to make sure I get something down. Right, I think in the 60th minute, what actually happens is you could slowly start to see the game turn, the tables turning, the pendulum is swinging, because Kevin De Bruyne tries this weird, ambitious over-the-head kick. But in that moment, you can see Kevin start to at least push on. So 63rd minute, 3 minutes later, I'm absolutely going crazy because we got an opportunity where Kevin gets the ball. He's slightly on the left. He finds Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva, when you're thinking like, oh, this is it, we're about to go counterattack. Bernardo says, no. Slow up. He basically ends up finding Mahrez, but then Kyle Walker makes this fantastic overlapping run, really getting aggressive, because in the first half, I can't remember Kyle Walker even really getting involved like that and start pushing forward. But all of a sudden, Kyle Walker makes this fabulous run, puts across it, but Kevin De Bruyne couldn't get to the near post in time. Like he couldn't get to the near post in time, but I would have loved to see it, because I'm saying to myself, the reason why I was going crazy is I'm like, Bernardo, why you slowing up the play for? Let's keep going. Let's try to drive at them, because obviously at this point I just want to win, bro. I just want to get a goal. Get me one away goal. And next thing you know, in that moment where I'm screaming at the television about there's nobody in the pitch, nobody in the box, especially in the 6-yard box, because De Bruyne couldn't really get over there. All of a sudden the weirdest thing happens. Basically, they clear it. We get a corner. We basically pass it from one side. It gets over to De Bruyne, and this is the brilliance. Kevin De Bruyne just puts in this nice cross. He's obviously trying to connect with John. I think that'll be on the far post side or the back post. And he's trying to connect with John, but the ball just ends up going right past Mahrez. Kiembe doesn't clear it. Who else doesn't clear it? Mad PSG players just do not clear the ball. Marquinhos, none of them clear the ball for whatever. And I forgot the name of their fullback, but he doesn't even clear the ball. And it just so happens to go in the back of the net. And that's what I'm talking about, because in the Champions League, you need like a freakish thing to happen. Luck has got to be on your side. And all the years, Manchester City could not catch a break in this competition. It's just so funny that this freakish goal comes out of nowhere, because Kevin De Bruyne knows one thing. If you're going to put the ball in the box, act like it's a shot and try to get it on target, and it just so happened to work. Paris Saint-Germain, I don't know what happened in that moment, but they need to figure it out. But right then and there, it's 1-1. We got the away goal, and we like, I'll take it. It does not matter. As long as we got this away goal right now, just let me out of this stadium. Let me out of Paris. Let me get my way right back to Manchester. I'm really happy with this. But no, not time to be happy with that, because what happens now? In the 71st minute, Riyad Mahrez steps up to take this free kick opportunity where Kevin De Bruyne is like, yo, maybe I might take it. Mahrez is like, nah, I got this, son. I got this. I'm coming back to my born city, coming back to Paris. Riyad Mahrez does what he does, and he puts in this beautiful free kick. Not that it was like over the top of the defense or anything like that, but it made the defense ask questions of themselves and made them nervous, because basically what ended up happening is I think Kiembe and Paredes just kind of split the wall, and Navas had no chance. And I'm saying to myself, yo, I'll take it. 2 away goals now, what they want. And after that, there's only one more incident that happens, but I'm definitely going to talk about what happened in the second half. 77th minute, just like I mentioned earlier in the video, Pochettino making some interesting choices early in the match that come back to bite him, where Ghana Gay, and you could even tell this with Paris Saint-Germain, like Neymar had a silly foul in the second half, Ghana Gay's got a silly foul, and he ends up getting a red card because he absolutely deserved it for just basically stepping on Ilkay Gundogan and trying to take his ankles out and everything like that. So, yo, he was done for. And he ends up getting the red card, and it's murder she wrote after that, because they absolutely had no chance. I even thought in the second half, for most of the second half, yo, they looked like they were dead, walking on eggshells. And I'm gonna say this, and I don't watch a lot of League but the few games that I do watch for Paris Saint-Germain, you know, especially when they play in the Ligue, they definitely try to supersede or try to impose their will on teams. But the one thing you saw in this match is that we imposed our will on them, not by doing anything super spectacular, but just by gaining possession. Once he put Zinchenko in and took out John Cancelo, who I thought was absolutely terrible, but not nothing that he really did bad. He just couldn't find the space, and he couldn't provide any natural width. But once that happened, yo, the game just changed, because we were able to have possession. We were able to get the possession in the areas we needed it. So not like that first half possession where we're just going sideways, but this was like more meaningful, controlled possession with the natural width, because Zinchenko provided it. But yo, Paris Saint-Germain just could not get the ball off of us. And my point about Ligue 1 football is that like I said, I'm not going to take a dump on their league, but yo, they don't have the fatigue to, they can't slap box with the hands of God. And what I mean by that is not trying to be overly confident, because I know it's not over, but yo, I've never seen a team hit a bag of bricks like that. They like was running on 5-hour energy. Then all of a sudden halftime happened, and next thing you know, they got no more caffeine, because they look dead in the water. They would look like zombies. They were making silly fouls. They started getting frustrated. They were tired, making silly passes. They just looked dead in the water. And what shocked me most is that Pochettino didn't even try to change anything. I can't remember now. Of course, they down to 10 minutes, so it's not like they really could do anything. But, yo, at least they should have tried to put Julian Draxler on, because they started losing the midfield battle earlier on in the second half. But it just goes to show you that Manchester City, and we get way too comfortable with these 2-1 wins. I mean, God, how many 2-1 wins? Yo, that's a question for anybody who watches this video. How many 2-1 wins does Manchester City have this year? But it goes to show you that this team, when you are so mad at them, when you just want them to turn it on, they tell you to be patient, and we get over the line, and we end up winning this game 2-1. Now, after that red card happened, bro, you could see the team trying to push for the third, and we almost had a great opportunity. I think it fell to Phil Foden. I can't remember the minute, but I want to say probably like the 86th minute. Phil Foden gets the ball. He's on the left side. He's driving to the center. He actually gets past the defense, puts a shot on, but it was right at Keylor Navas. Pardon me, I got something in my eye. But he was right at Navas. But I love the fact Phil was giving it a go in that moment, because Phil knew that, yo, if we get this third, it's really gonna be a wrap for them. Like, they catching that midnight train right now, so they'll be done out of here if we just get that third goal. But I love the fact that the team at least went for the third goal. But the story of the game is definitely gonna be how Manchester City can have a tale of two halves like that, complete chalk and cheese. That's exactly what happened. And I thought PSG just ran out of stamina. They had no more gas left in the tank. Tank is running on E, and there's no petrol station anywhere in sight. And that's exactly what happened to them. Now, I know I am sounding extra confident because I'm proud of the boys, and I know it's not over, but this is a great step in the right direction. And if we can do the job we need to do, yo, we Neymar was kind of getting off in the first half, but Mbappe was kind of quiet all night long, in my opinion. He couldn't really get anything going, and we were all over him. And I was shocked that he was just kind of missing in action the way it was, but he couldn't get the ball. They couldn't do anything. And if we just do what we did today, we will go to the final. So Manchester City, I know the job is not over, but I'm gonna salute the boys. I'm gonna thank the boys for their hard work. The fact that they almost made me cry, they almost gave me mad tears, they almost made me want to break my television. But they say, yo, you got a video to do, and we gonna help you out in that aspect. So I thought that was great for the team. Man of the match, because I never really talk about man of the matches on my video, but I think I'm going to have to give my man of the match really to two people. One is probably going to have to be, I'm definitely going to say Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva started finding his legs in the second half. Now, I know it might not be flashy of anything he did, but Bernardo Silva started stabilizing us in the second half, especially. Once he get the ball, I may beat him up sometime and be like, you need to move the ball faster. But he just showed, you know what? We're going to stabilize ourselves, because if we go too far forward, then they can hit us off with the counterattack opportunity. But I love how aggressive he started getting, providing overlaps with Riyad Mahrez, syncing up with Riyad Mahrez. Bernardo just finds himself in the game. So I love the fact that he did that. But then also you can give it to my man Mahrez, and I'm going to tell you why. Simply played, he got the second goal, and that's all that matters right now. He got the second goal. We're on our way to the final if we can just do what we need to do next week. And providing that second goal was up to Riyad Mahrez, and he did it. So pick your man of the match. Let me know who your man of the match was. But at the end of the day, I'm really proud of City. We're a great step in the first direction. But don't let me down for next week, because I know you guys won't. And I love the focus. I love the energy. We're going to provide support all day. So if you're new to the channel, just know that this is Blue is Our City, Manchester City fan channel. If you like the content, then hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe, but most importantly, get at me in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.